like a disc caught on military camera and now confirmed by the Pentagon. Exclusive footage obtained and analyzed by investigative journalist Jeremy Corbell, who is the leader in this space. He is the co-host of the Weaponized podcast. Jeremy, welcome back. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me, man. It's the duty of journalism to investigate the unexplained, not explain the uninvestigated. That's what we're trying to do with this clip. One quick correction. Pentagon didn't confirm this one yet as being military filmed. They should, because it is, like they have other videos that George Knapp and I have obtained and released. I am waiting to see if they're going to be honest with the American public.
Okay, so let's talk about this particular video.
Yeah.
So this is actually from 2020, right?
Right.
But it's just being released now. Why is that?
Yeah, because it takes a while. When George Knapp and I receive information, it takes a while just to vet the basics. Is this a military filmed piece of footage? Did they designate it UAP, which we all know now means UFO? And it took us a while to confirm that, and it's 100% confirmed. I'm waiting for our government to admit to it. In the intelligence community, this piece of footage has been studied since 2020.
So what is it? What do we think we're looking at here?
That is above my pay grade. I don't know exactly what we're looking at, but what it looks like to me, the three things that stick out and why I thought it was worthy of public discourse, right? So one is the shape. We all talk about UAP or UFOs, but this looks like the movie Nope. If you've seen that Jordan Peele movie, it looks like a disc, but I didn't name it a disc. Our intelligence agencies labeled it disc. In fact, they said UAP navigating through clouds. That's what was with the file. So that's what we're seeing according to them. The other thing is the movement. It was interesting. I want to know if it actually moves the way it does, make an abrupt turn. And there's no heat signature of traditional propulsion if it is indeed a craft.
And that's what's perhaps most important, the heat signature. Why is that so important?
Right, because all traditional propulsion as we know it will throw something out the back to move forward. It's kind of like rockets to roller skates. You got everything has a reaction, action kind of thing. With this, we're not seeing it, and it's in a thermal signature. So a lot of the footage that you gain from the military that they label UAP, you have unique characteristics of like lack of signature.
Okay, so there's a lot of people that will see this and say, should I be worried about my safety? What is this thing doing? Right? What do we think that it's doing?
I don't know, and that's being investigated a lot by online sleuths now too. But you have to figure out the UAP, UFO thing. It's been around for a long time. This is nothing new. Your own government, our government, has admitted that UAP, let's just say UFOs, are real. There are craft of unknown origin. They outpace, outmaneuver, and outperform anything that we know can be made. So with that said, what is it doing? I have no clue.
So do we think that there are other ones like this? Have we seen similar videos to this?
You might not have seen similar videos to this. I have seen similar videos to this, and I'm hoping the public will be able to see those too.
Like a significant number of them?
I would definitely call it significant.
Okay. So, and part of that is Congress has become more involved in this, in part thanks to you. They're talking to you. Talk about what your conversations have been like with Congress and how you're working with them to try to get people to come forward.
I'm going to cut to brass tacks here.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to give all the praise and the glory and honors to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Racha Kodash, which I give me the spirit and the strength to do this lesson. And I also want to give them honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone that rule well and that teach well through the spirit and the power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Wa Shalom, Wa Barakim to the elect, beginning with the 144,000, which are scattered abroad, and in every place, redeeming the time ready to be saved. Shalom. And Shalom, Shabbat Shalom to you, Akim and Fuagwa. Alright, believers. Alright. And pretty much, man, as you see on the screen here, another miraculous, alright, or a wonder in the heavens, rather, alright, you know, and you know, this is what we call in Israel the chariot of Israel, right? The chariot of Israel, and that's exactly And they are exactly that. They are chariots for Israel. They are beneficial to Israelites only, right? To the nations, they are opposed. They are opposed to these other nations. And that's why these other nations fear when they see them, right? Matter of fact, let's start off with this right here in the book of Jeremiah, 10th chapter. This is Jeremiah, the 10th chapter. Verse 2, it says, "Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven." All right? The signs of heaven, those chariots, those so-called UFOs, right? It says, "For the heathen are dismayed at them." That's right, and we see that, all right? Because that they know that those chariots are not for them, all right? With that again, it says, "Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them." That's right. You know, chariots have always been against, these other nations. Okay, they've always been a terror to these heathens. All right, so anytime these heathens see a so-called UFO, they freak the fuck out. Right? It shakes them. Right? To the core. To the core, they are shaking. Right? So, once again, the Heavenly Father is showing His wonders in the heaven. Right? It's like here we go. This is Joel chapter 2, verse 30. It says, "And I will show wonders in the heavens." That's right. Those chariots are indeed a wonder. Right? Those so-called UFOs, they are wonders. All right? That's what it's talking about here. All right? So, let me read that again. "I will show wonders in the heavens." Okay? And in the earth. See, let's look at that word wonder.
Strong's H 4159. Mo faith. Mo faith.
More faith. That's heavy. See, when we see those chariots, man, as it's written, in the book of 2 Chronicles, those chariots are shown to us to increase our faith. Right? That's what the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shemel Shai, is. Look, he's showing these wonders to increase, our faith, man. All right? And those chariots, they're getting closer, too. What did Yahweh Shai say? "You shall see these things, look up, for thy salvation draweth near." All right? Those chariots are getting closer and closer. All right? It says a wonder, a sign, a miracle, sign, a token. Let's get the root word. Look what it says. Wow. It says to be bright, be beautiful. Right. And those chariots, like in that chariot we just seen, they call it a disc. It had an aura around it. All right. A light. aglow. Okay? So it said to be bright, be beautiful. Okay? It's little chariots, man. Let's see what it says in NLT. It said, I will cause, in the NLT, it says, I will cause wonders in the heavens and on the earth. Blood, smoke, common smoke. Can pretty much say the same thing. Right? So, when we see these type of things on the news, it's our job to go into the scriptures and link these events to the scriptures, all right? Because just as we're seeing this disc, as they call it, the prophets seeing the same thing, all right? Which indicates, proves rather, that these are the chariots that are written in the Bible. That these chariots, or these so-called UFOs, are not, what they say that they are, vehicles of aliens with, vehicles that are inhabited with big head little green men, all right? Now, these are the vehicles of the angels, All right, let's get Zechariah, 5th chapter. This is first verse. It said, then I turned and lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold, a flying robe, just like this, just like what we see here. You see that? Flying robe, a flying saucer or a disc, a floating disc. All right? Like I said, you see the aura around it. Esau don't have the technology to do that. Okay? This is far beyond Esau's technology. Alright? He said, then I turned and lifted up mine eyes, looked up, and I looked, and behold, a flying robe. Wow. And he said unto me, what seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying robe. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof is 10 cubits. So this is a huge, ship. Right? And he said, then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. Yep. Because you see these chariots, UFO sightings everywhere. Alright? UFOs, so-called UFOs are being discovered everywhere. Okay? Alright, it said, then said he unto me, this is the curse, Salaki, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off as on this side according to it. And everyone that sweareth shall be cut off as on this side according to it. I will bring it forth. That's right, said the Lord of hosts. And it shall enter into the house of the thief. Yeah, that's America. Right? The house of the thief. Because this land was stolen. Alright? And the thief is Esau, so-called white man. Right? It said, and I will cause it to enter into the house of the thief. Right? And this is ultimately going into the time that Yahushua, when Yahushua will return. Right? When Yahushua return, he's gonna come with a fleet of angels, man. A fleet of so-called UFOs. And it's gonna literally overwhelm this place. Those chariots are going to literally overwhelm this place, right? He says, I will bring it forth, said the Lord of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief. and into the house of him that sweareth falsely by my name. And it shall remain in the midst of the house. That's right. It shall remain in the midst of the house. Because like that the guy said, you know, what are they doing? What are they doing? Well, they're spying. They're spying out this place. Right? Military tactic. Right? So this place is gonna be taken. But before that, they're spying out. Right? Taking records. Right? It says, and it shall remain in the midst of his house. Then it says, and shall consume it with the timber thereof and the stones thereof. Yeah, these skyscrapers, these tall buildings, right? Everything is gonna be destroyed by those chariots. Okay. Amos 9. Amos 9 and 8, it said, behold, the eyes of the Lord are upon the sinful kingdom. That's right. The sinful kingdom is talking about America. Okay? You know? And see, and the eyes are the angels. And they pilot these so-called UFOs, man. Alright? It says, the eyes of the Lord, behold, the eyes of the Lord are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth. That's right. So that's what comes next. Okay? First, it's being spied out, and the destruction of it follows. Okay? So here it says once again, behold, the eyes of the Lord are upon the sinful kingdom. They are spying out this place. Okay? That's what the angels are doing, spying out this place. It says, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, said the Lord. Yeah, that's the elect. The elect is going to be saved. You know? So yeah, you know, Lord, when it was edifying, I got to get back on the clock. Gotta get back on the clock. So Lord, when it was edifying, till next time, shalom. Yeah.